Christopher Ward have just released some new versions of the 12 and the 1236 with some big changes. New colors, new materials, and a COSC certified 36mm variation. These are really freaking cool, and we need to talk about them. If you're new here, hi, my name is Brittany, and on this channel we just talk about watches in a hopefully not pretentious and joyful way. Full disclosure before we get into it, I am a massive Christopher Ward fan. I actually own a version of the 12, so I've got the 36mm Nordic Blue, and it gets a lot of wrist time. In fact, it's what I'm wearing right now filming. So yeah, know that I'm not unbiased while reviewing these, as much as I'll try to be throughout this video. Christopher Ward have been kind enough to send me 3 of the new 12 models in for review, so we have the 36mm Frosted Lavender in stainless steel, the new 40mm in Mineral Blue, and the 40mm Aurora Green in Titanium. This gives you a pretty good flavor of the new colors and what the new additions are like. The only big piece that I'm missing that I wish I specifically asked for is the 36mm COSC certified in Titanium, because that really is the biggest change. But that's my fault for not asking. I should have asked, but this is still a pretty good spread. It really feels like Christopher Ward has been going from strength to strength these past couple years, with the 2 big notable releases that I think of being the Bel Canto and this model, the 12. Looking at the specifications, these are available in 2 different sizes and 2 different materials, so a 36mm and a 40mm, either in stainless steel or titanium. Starting with the smaller, the 36mm has a case size of 36.3mm, a lug-to-lug of 40.8mm, and a thickness of 10mm bang on. These dimensions are slightly different on the new 36mm titanium variation. With the COSC certified movement, this watch has a thickness of 8.9mm, so about 1mm thinner than the stainless steel model, which is huge. On the wrist, the 36mm wears like a freaking dream, so here it is on my 5.5-inch wrist and my husband's 7-inch wrist. I honestly can't decide who it looks better on. I think this size suits a wide variety of wrists. Something to note is that the end links protrude quite a bit, effectively wearing more like a 48mm lug-to-lug. Whether you get the titanium or stainless steel, these both have 100 meters of water resistance, a screw-down crown, and an automatic movement. This needs to be said, I think the Frosted Lavender is so pretty. This is one of my favorite shades of purple, and it's just subtle, but still that color pop. Moving on to the original version of the 12, the 40mm. This has a case size of 40mm, a lug-to-lug of 44.5mm, and once again different thicknesses depending on the material, so the stainless steel is 10mm thick, and the titanium being 8.9mm thick. So once again, a whole millimeter between them. I know a millimeter doesn't sound like a lot, but in the tiny world of watches, it's massive. So I'm going to do my best to show the difference in the thickness now. You can definitely feel it on the wrist, and you can definitely see it in person. Keeping on with the specifications, both have 100 meters of water resistance, screw-down crown, and both house automatic movements. For the wearing experience, I think my smaller wrist size can still pull this one off. It looks intentionally oversized, but it looks right at home, just right, on a 7-inch wrist size or larger. From spending a bit too much time looking at these and comparing these, I weirdly think that the fume gradient on the titanium models almost makes it look a wee bit smaller. I'm not sure if anyone else can see this too, or if it's just a me thing, but that could be something else to keep in mind. My personal recommendation would be for a 5-inch wrist to 7-inch wrist, the 36mm, and for a 7-inch wrist size or larger, the 40mm. I asked my husband which one he prefers since he has a 7-inch wrist and can wear both comfortably, and his personal preference is the 36mm, but it really depends on how you like your watches to wear. Let's talk about what's been added and what's different in this expansion, because this is the spicy part. There are 3 big updates that have been made. So 1, the new colors in the stainless steel models, 2, the new colors in the titanium, and 3, the addition of a COSC certified titanium variation in 36mm, which is the biggest news. This is an entirely different watch in my opinion. There's been enough changes that have been made for me to view this as a whole new watch, whereas the other ones are just a dial update. Starting with the 36mm, as this drop seems to be particularly an expansion of the 36mm range and the introduction of the titanium and a COSC certified movement. So this watch is now fitted with the Sellita SW300-1, giving you 56 hours of power reserve with a tolerance of -4 plus 6 seconds per day. This movement upgrade is a massive deal from the stainless steel, which has the SW200 movement, giving you 38 hours of power reserve and a -20 plus 20 per day tolerance. Something to note, if you want the COSC certified SW300-1 movement, it is only available in the titanium variation. You cannot get it in the stainless steel at this time. But even still, this is a huge deal for accuracy and movement nerds. The titanium versions have the kind of more fume dial compared to the flat dial on the stainless steel. So the new colors on tap for 36 are Frosted Lilac, Cosmic Purple in titanium, Lagoon Blue in titanium, and Nardis Green in titanium. Now, looking at the 40mm changes, which is only new colorways. So I have the Mineral Blue in stainless steel, which is a very punchy blue, and in titanium, the new Aurora Green, which I also have in. I had a really hard time capturing the colors of all these and showcasing the colors, how they look in real life. I found my video has been making the titanium look a little bit lighter than it really is, when it's quite a dark, rich green. The new steel 40mm I'd almost describe as a kingfisher blue, and I found the lavender looked a lot lighter in my B-rolls than how it looked in person. So I'll put some video up now which hopefully shows the colors as accurately as possible. Something else I should say is that this is an expansion of the 12, so all the other pre-existing models will continue to exist. This is just adding in a few new variations. Nothing is changing in the price department, so the 12 titanium on a bracelet retails for £1,595, and in stainless steel it is £1,050. The 1236 titanium is also £1,050 on a bracelet, and £850 in stainless steel on the bracelet. They've only given me the prices in British pounds, so I'm sorry American friends, I'm not trying to exclude you. I just don't know the prices in US dollars. I think for a rough estimate, you could just tack a couple $100 on there, and it should get you there or thereabouts. Okay, opinion time. I really like these editions. I think they add a lot to the catalog, and it's great to see the brand continue to invest in a quite well-loved model. But it's the 36mm COSC certified models that steal the show for me. I have the 1236, I love wearing it, but I do have two big faults with it. So number one, the lack of micro adjustment on the bracelet, and two, the movement. I'm not the biggest accuracy geek, but I do really prefer those COSC tolerances, and it just makes it such a strong offering, especially for the price point. To get a COSC certified watch in titanium for around £1,000 is honestly unheard of. And this is the thing about Christopher Ward for me. The value they offer, it's kinda unrivaled. And it feels like they know what people are looking for, they know what people want, and deliver that. If it was me and my money, I'd be buying the 36mm titanium Cosmic Blue, or maybe even the Lagoon Blue, all day, every day. I just think these are so good looking, and I want that COSC certification, baby. Plus, I've kind of had this hankering to add a titanium watch to the collection. I've got lots of stainless steel, and I freaking love stainless steel, but there's something in the character of titanium, the lighter feel to it, the darker hue to it. I also, personally, love the fume dials. It adds a little bit more drama and interest in there, but that's a very subjective preference. But yeah, I think that's everything you need to know about the 12 expansion. This video wasn't a real deep dive into these watches, I just wanted to highlight the changes that have been made. If you want more of a review of the 12 in general, I've got two videos out, so one for the 40mm and a video for the 36mm. I'll put them in the corner now, so go give them a watch. If you have any more questions, holler at your girl in those comments down below. I'll do my best to get back to everyone and answer those questions. Subscribe if you haven't already. And now we're gonna thank the gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful, never done anything wrong in their lives ever before, Pope tier patrons. Still the same me, just a little bit closer in. Today I want to thank the gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful Pope tier patrons. Gringa Patreon, Gringaland, has been growing faster than I ever thought it would. So thank you so much to all the Pope tier patrons who keep the lights on here, who help me fund more ambitious watch projects. I can't tell you how much Patreon helps me. So thank you so much to these fabulous names on the screen. I hope I'm pointing in the right places. Thank you all to your patrons. You're all gorgeous, fabulous, amazing. But special thank you to these names. All right, guys. Bye. Have an awesome week.